Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to all of you. Or some of my classes might be in the morning as well. Okay, so good evening and good morning to all of you. So this is our first lesson on the first week of ICS. My name is Wan Yusof bin Wan Shahruddin. I'll be taking over for ICS Intensive Communication Skills, especially in campus Jeli. Okay, for those of you who haven't recognized me yet, I'm a lecturer of PBI, and for those who are currently in PC and also Bacok, your instructor will be Mr. Nik Alif Hakimi. Alright, but we'll be sharing videos. Some of my videos will be posted in his group, and some of his videos will be posted in my group as well. Okay, alright. So for the lesson of the week, I would like to introduce you to Unit 1. So basically, all of our lessons will be based on listening, speaking, and also presentation skills. Okay, there are also some supplementary skills like note taking will be introduced to you as well, but mainly intensive communication skills is all about speaking, presentation, and also listening skills. Why? Because when you have to present, you have to speak, right? And in a good presentation, you also must listen, all right? You also must listen for Q&As or for reflections or reactions from your audience as well. Okay, so continuing to our first lesson, this is Unit 1, Bridging Dreams to Life. Actually, there's a book, Intensive Communication Skills. All right, let me show you the book. But unfortunately, we don't have it. You will not be having it in a physical form, and we don't have it in the soft copy form as well. But for those who were lucky enough to get it from your seniors, alright, this book will be very helpful, but don't worry, all of the notes and also all of the lessons in the book will be posted in the groups, and whatever is posted here, especially the blue or purple boxes, it can either be blue or purple boxes, are very crucial to help you in doing your assignments as well as in answering your final exam questions. Okay, so this is just a rough layout of the book. Alright, this is the book. The name of the book is 21st Century Communication, Listening, Speaking, and Critical Thinking. Right. This is by Cengage Learning or National Geographic Learning as well. So if you happen to bump into this particular book, okay, please keep it, as it will be very helpful in our lesson. Okay, so we'll be going into Unit 1, which is Bringing Dreams to Life. Okay, so when we talk about dreams, actually, normally dreams will be things that are very beautiful, some things that you always wanted in your life. Maybe, for example, you want to be handsome, you want to be beautiful, you want to be rich, you want to be famous, you want to be brilliant, you want to do well in your examination, you want to get married to your dream partners and things like that. All right, okay. So in this particular unit, we'll be talking about having dreams in terms of having business or running your own business. Okay, in terms of having your entrepreneurship skills. All right, that will be the gist of this one particular topic. Okay, but roughly we will be covering on how you will use certain skills in speaking, listening, and as well as presentation. Okay, all right, so this is the layout of our first page of our textbook. So this is Serena Parara Jasingam, who opens up, sorry, my face. Okay, let me put it somewhere, maybe here. Who owns open Uptown Brie, a new food shop in Toronto, Canada. Okay, so Uptown Brie is a new food shop in Toronto, Canada. So what I want you to do right now is just look at the photo and the caption above. All right, and what type of business is this? All right, and what are the products? And are the products cheap or expensive? Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes for that. And also name a sample of a small business and what qualities you think a small business should have. Alright, so don't worry because currently we are doing it in a recorded version. Okay, so there will be less interaction over here. Okay, but you can always respond in your respective WhatsApp group. Okay, as for my classes this week, I'm having a meeting in Bachok, so I will not be around, so I will only leave you with this video. But if you do have any questions, please do DM me. Okay, alright. Alright, so looking at the photo and also the caption, so you will know Serena or Miss Parara Jasingam here opens Uptown Brie, which is a cafe. Alright, or you can call it a new food shop. Okay, or a bakery. Okay, based on the items listed in here, based on the items that you can see in here, maybe these are some flours. Okay, flour, and then maybe some baking utensils as well, baking equipments. And over here we have this small cooling compartment for you to store your cakes and also your bakery stuff as well. And also brie. Do you know what is brie? Brie is actually a type of cheese. Okay, it is quite expensive. Alright, and I don't think we have brie over here. Usually we're gonna use mozzarella, that kind of cheese and things like that. Alright, okay. So usually in a bakery store, a proper bakery store, it can be expensive and it can be cheap as well. It depends on the quality of your products. Alright, because some business model they tend to cater for customers who really want affordable prices. For example, if you've been to Eco Shop, RM2 shops, okay, the prices will be ranging like not more than RM2.10, right? But if let's say the particular item is very cheap, they will ask you to buy for two. For example, drinks, okay, box drinks, they will ask you to buy it in packs, so that it will cost you again RM2.10. All right, it will not be separated. Okay, but some stores they tend to cater quality. All right, not just the quantity but also the quality, tend to cater customers who will like I'm not saying luxurious but more exclusive item ingredients to be used in their cooking. If we are talking about bakery stores or in shops, for example, if you've been to Jaya Grocer, there are many more a bit expensive um, cooking materials that you can find there as compared to those that you bought in Giant or Tesco. All right, and a sample of small businesses that you can know. All right, and what qualities you think a small business should have. For example, if we are talking about SMEs, small and medium enterprises. Okay, so some of them the qualities that they have is they provide a job. They provide jobs and opportunities for those who are in need, and though the pay might not be that much, but it actually can help them to provide for their family as well. And usually a small business can sustain more, because when when the small business tend to cost less, they will have a production of things or items that will be much more cheaper and can be comprehensible, or can be consumed by many classes or many parts of the society. So what kind of business do you like to own or run? Okay, and why would you prefer the business? As for me, because I love sports very much, I tend to dream of having my own sports store. Right, the business model that Alesan, or like the international business model of Sports Direct, or the one in KL that is trending, not currently trending. It has been in Malaysia for about 3 years. I forgot the name. Decathlon. Sorry, Decathlon. Sorry, my bad. Okay. All right. Let me move my face over here a bit. Okay. All right. So these are some of the skills that we will be learning. Most of them are actually things that you have done. Let me move my face. Okay, I think you put it over here. Okay, some of it are actually done daily in our life. Right? We do listen to our environment. We do speak up our opinion, and we do present our thoughts, and also argue with some of our friends, families, and even our lecturers as well. I'm not saying argue in a fight, but argue intellectually so that you can express your point. All right. But then there are certain things that we didn't name the skills. We just experienced them. But in this particular course, you will have the rights not just to name but also to identify. Oh, this is the skill that I've been using all this time. All right. So when you listen, you tend to identify main points and story examples. Okay, because it is important to identify speakers' main points. All right, because not every single words uttered by the speaker is important. So you must know to differentiate whether this particular excerpt or this particular line can be useful, or is it just something that the speaker is trying to put into his speech just to kill time or just to make things more interesting. Okay, so some speakers will also include examples. All right, so examples are used to indicate proof, okay, that the speaker has his point or the point is very valid. Okay, so examples are short, just a phrase or sentences, but other examples can be in form of stories. All right, which can be several sentences long. Okay, all right, let's listen to this one. Okay, what I've prepared for you, if just in case you don't have the ample internet connection, all right, you can always use this particular method. Okay, you can read the excerpts given loudly and listen to yourself, or you can also ask for your family members, sisters, brothers, mom and dad to read it for you and listen to it. All right, so the excerpt is on identifying main points and story examples. Okay, let me skip to this one. All right. Sorry, I have to move from back and forth from book to my slides. Okay. All right. Okay. I hope you can listen to the audio given. Okay, let me turn on the volume a bit. Right. Okay, back to our slides. All right. So, what are the main points of the excerpts? First, running a business is hard work, just as Robert. Robert is a French chef who owns a cafe serving breakfast and lunch. All right. So, some of the common expression that you use when you want to indicate story example will be just as somebody. Take somebody for example. You know story, right? I have a story. So these are indicators of when you want to tell people about your example or about your story just to elicit your main points. For instance, if I'm saying, oh, I'm having a good results in exam will help you to have a better career prospect. Okay, take Ali for example. He scored 3.9999 and he landed a job in a very big engineering company, which is Sapura Kencana, Petronas, and things like that. All right. So you have your points over there. Somebody who can score can land himself a very good job, and you also have your example. All right, to help support your main points. All right. Okay. So main point number one, it is very hard work to have your own business. Is it? Yes, it is already mentioned here. Running a business is hard work. But by reading the whole sentence itself, you know that the speaker is trying to tell you the hardship that people have to face when they are dealing with businesses. All right, business is like a roller coaster ride. All right, his advice to would be small business owners: do not fool yourself. All right, everything is already sweetened up. All right, so sometimes you might think that your business is very successful, but at the same time you have issues. Sometimes you end up at the top of the world, but sometimes, all right, you have also to face the bottom of the sea. Okay, all right. And next one, You have to make difficult choices between family and work. And of course, this is also mentioned here. All right. The freedom of being your own boss might sound great, right? You are your own employer, your own employee. You are your own self in your own company, in your self-owned business. But say goodbye to free time. All right, there will be no more holidays or public holidays. You have to sacrifice a few things, like the time that you have to spend with your family and also friends. Okay, it's very simple one, right? Okay, so ask yourself, all right, would you make a good entrepreneur? All right, how much rich do you feel comfortable with? All right, take a look at these questions, all right, and try to put yourself in a situation whereby you are actually an entrepreneur and owner of a business. Okay, all right. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes for this one. So based on your own experience or maybe other experience, how do you think a successful entrepreneur would probably answer this question? Okay, how much risk do you feel comfortable? How much risk do you feel comfortable with? All right, maybe none, maybe very little. For example, for me, um, I don't really like taking a risk, but I am willing to take some. Actually, so it comes into be very little. So how much work would you be prepared to put into your new businesses? Okay, every minute I'm awake, 7 days a week. Okay, because taking care of business is very difficult. So why do you want to become an entrepreneur? All right, there are several examples of purposes why people want to become an entrepreneur. All right, maybe you want to get rich, you want to live your own schedule and be able to spend time with your family. But you must have people to take care of your business. If you don't have people to rely on, most of your time will be at your most of your time will be spent on taking care on your businesses. All right, to be my own boss, I hate it when other people tell me what to do. So you don't like working with people. All right, I love to run a successful business and help improve the world around me, to lend jobs to everyone, to provide community services, all right, to help those who are in need, so things like that, right? So how good are you with money? Okay, uh, you have a lot of debt as a businessman or as an entrepreneur. You have a lot of debt. So are you do, or maybe you love to save money, you have a lot of savings, or maybe you don't have any savings but you don't have any debt either, right? So I watch my money carefully, or maybe you're a very careful person and always know how much you have and how much you owe and also how much you have spent for your businesses. All right, so how well do you deal with failure? All right, because failure is just like failure is very normal in not even in running business but also in your daily life. All right, so you don't know because you've never failed, maybe. All right, you don't like it because it depresses you. You don't like it because you have done your best. I do my best to move on. All right, you don't like it but you will try your best to move on and stay focused on your own goal. Or failure is an opportunity to learn, or you take failure as something very positive to learn from. Okay, so what would you do if someone offered to buy your business for a lot of money? So you are the owner of Alisan, you are the owner of Secret Recipes, you are the owner of some of the food chains that are very successful in Malaysia. Would you sell your business? Okay, maybe you're gonna say yes and never work again, just enjoy the money. Say yes and agree to continue working for the company. You just sell your business, but still you are working there. Say yes and use the money to start a new business. Maybe you're going to venture into a new form of business, or you just say no because your business is your life. Okay, so discuss your answer in your respective respective class WhatsApp or Telegram group. All right, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, what I would like you to do is just sorry what I would like you to do is each and every one of you choose only one question out of these six. Okay, all right. um Write it in your WhatsApp group or Telegram group, your answer for question, the question, which question, let's say question number one, and your answer is very little or none. And then tell us based on your experience or based on entrepreneurs or businessmen that you know, all right, what would their answer be? Okay, let's say your father owns a restaurant. How would your father answer this kind of question? Question number one or two or three. Okay, but just one question in your respective class, WhatsApp or Telegram group. Okay, let me move my face a bit. Sorry. All right, moving to speaking skills. All right. So when you listen, you will try to identify main points. All right, by listening carefully to intonation, to how the speakers try to express the words, and also to their examples. But when you speak, all right, as you speak, you also use story example, not just to help justify your points, but also to help people to further understand and also comprehend your story or your points. All right. So speaker often use stories to illustrate their main points. If you tell story to illustrate main point, you should include only information that directly support the main point. So your example must not run away from your main point. They must be interrelated and supporting to each other. All right. You can have this pattern. All right. First and foremost, you state the main point. Okay, and then you use a signal to begin your story examples. Okay. For example, I have a story. You know the story, right? All right. Take Abu for as an instance of example. There are the listening skills box on page 8. Let me show you. Sorry, I forgot to put this one. Okay. So, page 8. Yes. Okay. These are some of the examples. Okay. Just as the person, or take somebody for example, the story, right? I have a story. These are not like rigid words that you have to use, but these are some of the indicators that you can use when you want to try to indicate a story example. Okay, the simplest one will be just for example, this person was, or I have a story of a successful person. So these signals will help you to indicate your example, which will be intertwined or interrelated to your main points. All right, and then you tell the story, and then don't forget to restate the main point. All right. For example, being successful in life depends on how you treat your parents. All right, state your main point. All right, use a signal words. Okay. I have a story of how a very a person who didn't do well in academics, all right, but he is very obedient to his parents who are very old at the time, always take care of the parents, all right. And then after that, he managed to land a good job in a very small startup business, but the boss trusts him very much, the manager trusts him very much, and asks him to get a higher role, to play a higher role, to get a managerial role in the company. And now he is one of the owners of the franchise in Kelantan, let's say. All right, you tell a story and then you restate the main point. Um, we do know that academics plays an important role in helping you to secure your future. But other than that, being a good person, especially being good to your family members and also your parents, will also help to smoothen your pathways throughout your life. Okay, this is the main point. All right. Okay. So what I want you to do right now is choose one of the main points below. So think of the story. All right. It can be your own experience, or it can be an imaginable story. So all right, use the patterns given. Okay, these are the patterns. Take main point. You signal story to begin your story example. You tell a story and you state the main point. Okay, and then submit it in a form of voice messenger in your Telegram or WhatsApp group. Okay, all right, a very short one. Okay, a very short one. All right, so these are the 3 points here that you can use to illustrate your story. All right, starting your own business can be risky. All right, owning a business is very profitable, or working and studying at the same time is difficult. Okay, I leave it to you to do this assessment and submit to your WhatsApp or Telegram group. All right, in form of voice message. All right, moving on to the next skill, which is pronunciation skills. All right, so in presenting, you must have some intonation to be used, all right, and also pauses as well, all right, to indicate that you are continuing your speech or you are concluding your speech. Okay, let me move my face a bit. Okay, all right. So intonation can be described as the ways you raise your you project your voice, all right, whether you are rising or whether your voice rises or falls when you speak. So a pause is a short stop in the flow of the speech. You cannot be talking like Donald Duck all the time, all right. You need to take some time to identify which parts is important, and you will pause at that particular part for a while just to indicate that this is important, all right. I give you time to comprehend or to listen, or you want to help redirect your party, I mean your not just participant, your audience, all right. If you keep on talking without any intonation, today I will be doing a lesson with you. Today we're gonna do presentation skills, abbreviation skills, and things like that. You know, people will tend to get lost and they don't know where are you standing right now, where do you should be telling them the information right now. Okay, so instead speakers often use rising intonation to show that the sentence is not yet complete, all right, and falling intonation and a brief pause are used to show the sentence is complete, all right. Sometimes you tend to use a rising intonation just to build up to that particular points in life. The most important thing to be done. Okay, so people will be waiting. All right, what is that particular important thing that the speakers want to indicate? All right, falling intonation and brief pause are used to show that the sentence is complete. Is to be good to your parents and also too good to other people as well. Oh, I see. So the sentence is already now complete. Read and listen to the example. Okay, I'm gonna give you the audio of this. All right. So the syllable in bold are the stressed syllable in each phrases where the rising or falling pattern starts. All right. So take the first sentence for example. In longer sentences, speakers often use rising intonation, okay, at the end of each phrase and falling intonation at the end of the sentence. Okay. All right. In other words, he works constantly. All right. This is my intonation. Okay. Mine might be different with you. All right. My intonation might be different from the book, might be different from other persons. All right. As long as you know how to comprehend your tone, all right, which part you should raise your voice, which part you should lower your voice, all right, then it will help you to redirect the audience and also yourself as well, all right, to whether you have completed or you haven't completed your sentence or your messages. All right, let's listen to the audio. Oh, sorry, this one. I hope you can listen to this one clearly. Okay. Okay, as you can see, when the speaker is starting his speech or the sentence, most of the intonation will be rise. The voice will be rising up. These days, it seems to me that everyone is starting or thinking about starting their own business. At the end of the sentence, the tone will go down, all right, because the sentence is already completed. Let me show to you again. Let us listen to this again. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right, so these are some of the common pattern in English, but not every speakers uses the intonation in exactly the same way. Alright, so you have to play with your tones, your voice, and also you have to know where to pause, where to raise your voice, and where to lower your voice. Alright, okay, alright, on your own. Okay, oh sorry, no, not yet, okay, on your own. Alright, you can practice this intonation. Okay, let me show you some of the example. Alright, so my intonation might be slightly different. For example, warning, this is not a reality TV show. It is just plain reality. What I'm trying to emphasize here is this is very important. Warning, this is not a reality TV show. Alright, this is no joke. Okay, it is just plain reality. This is actual reality. Alright, so this kind of intonation can be used, alright, to indicate that you are not actually playing with reality TV show. This is plain reality. Everything is real over here. Alright, so don't take this thing for granted. The hidden message will be like that. Alright, first, running a business is hard work, really hard work. 100 hours a week of hard work. Alright, so don't worry, intonation will be different to every particular person. Alright, the book will say like that, the audio recording will say like that, I will say like that, you will have your own intention. Okay, the way you play with your intonation is important. Okay, alright, let's move on. Okay, so in presenting, you must also comprehend the skills of pausing effectively. Alright, because pauses can be very effective when you give oral presentation. So it will give audience time to adjust to your voice and to process the information. If you go straight away, blah 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 without intonation, then which part is important, which part is not, which is your main point, which part is your example, which part is actually something that is nothing to your speech. People cannot identify that. So watch the excerpt for the tech talk. Oh, sorry. All right. You can pause before introducing a main point. For example, believe the fault is someone else's. I constantly see people saying you indicate your main points, okay? Or you pause before moving from an example to a restatement of the main idea. I constantly see people saying, yes, I had this great idea, okay? If you have dreams, it's your responsibility to make them happen, all right? By putting your sentences into chunks of phrases, it will help not just the audience, but also it will help you to guide yourself throughout the presentation. Okay, let's listen to this one as well. Alright, before we move on, there will be a TED Talk video by Belle Pesquet, alright, entrepreneur and also author. That one will be embedded in your eCampus, alright. Listen to that one and also get the gist of the presentation. Because at the end of our course, not at the end of our course, I think it will be in week 11 or week 12. We're going to give you an assignment where you have to come up with your own videos. And the particular video will be using the skills, all right, the skills that we have taught you, the skills that you have read throughout the semester. Sorry, okay, all right, let's listen to this one. Oh, you can watch it. Sorry. Okay, all right, I'm afraid that this one will not be it will not be included over here. You can watch the video in your eCampus. We have already uploaded the video in your eCampus. So basically, intonation and pauses, all right, it can help you. Um, it can help you to redirect your audience, okay, towards your presentation. Okay, give some time for your audience to comprehend your points, to understand the whole presentation. Okay, if you can see good speakers, they tend to use intonations and more pauses, right, so that people will get attracted, or people will be like trying to wonder what is actually your next points will be. Okay, all right. So I think that's all for today. All right. Thank you for your time. Okay. Next, don't forget to post your the discussion and also your WhatsApp voice. And please go through this week's particular exercises. I've already provided you with a Kahoot quiz exercise, and also the video of Bell Pascal, all right, that one, right, related to this particular skills, all right. But don't worry, in Bell Pascal, all of the skills is already utilized, all right. It's already utilized in her video. So every particular video will represent the skills, all right, will represent the skills that have been embedded in the books, all right, and also taught by your instructors. Okay, but be sure that when you present, when other people present, when you watch video of presentation, many people have utilized all of these skills, all right. So the main point here is just how you can improve them, and how you can identify which part is important, which parts can be used, and which parts can be omitted from your space. All right, I guess that's all for me today. Okay, so next week the next video will be prepared by my colleague, Mr. Nick Alif Hakimin. All right, so I guess I'll see you in our next class. All right, stay safe. All right, follow the SOPs, wash your distance. Okay, always wear your mask. All right, and just stay at home. All right, see you. All right, assalamualaikum, and have a very good day.